Okay, so my sound quality should improve immeasurably now because I've stopped marching around the room. Basically, I bought a cheap recliner 10 years ago, and it's one of them
Okay.
ones where basically they make a fabric chair and then they flock it so it looks like leather.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the leather's starting to come off it.
Ah.
Like it's starting to peel, and it's not a very nice thing to sit on. So I've just got an old bed sheet and I've laid it over the top
That's the
Nice.
spirit.
because, yeah, thrifty.
As a podcast Puritan, I'm sat on the least comfortable chair in this house. It is just solid wood, and after an hour, my ass is going to be in agony, but I do it for the craft.
Is that what you have to do
What?
if you are on a podcast?
Yeah.
You deliberately
All
make
the-
yourself uncomfortable.
All the professionals do it.
Right,
they?
I see.
Oh, yeah. Joe Rogan, he just stabs himself in the arm every time they start recording. It's the pain that really gives the talent.
It
I think you need
explains
to
a lot,
stop
to be
listening
fair.
to him.
Yeah. Sometimes he just bashes his head against a wall, which kind of explains kind of the quality of the content as time goes on, but he does it for the craft.
Now. Now.
Yeah, let's stop being catty to a major podcaster. Even if he's a bit of a loon. Anyway,
Oh dear.
so, before we begin, I discovered something weird that I kind of want to share with you both.
Okay.
Unless you guys have anything else you want to share before we begin. I may have actually told you guys about this anyway. How much do you know about Jungkook,
What, the BTS member?
the BTS member?
He's in the army.
He is now in the army, yes, he's been enlisted.
Other than that, I don't know.
There is a theory that began around last year that he is the reincarnation of Princess Diana.
What?
Who decides
me.
this shit?
The internet.
Why is he? Why is he?
He was born the same day she died.
Yeah, so my brothers were.
Oh no! Grace's brothers are the reincarnation of Princess Diana.
No, they're not.
No,
This-
they're not. He's also kind of got this kind of etherealness about him. I don't know.
Fucking shut.
I don't know the theory and I don't endorse it. It's just something I read.
Oh,
They have
for
a
God's
similar
sake.
scar on their left cheekbones,
Oh,
and they both have a coy and iconic smile.
fucking hell.
This is... I think the internet has gone too far.
Diana said she dreamed of being a dancer when she was younger, and Jungkook is on the dancer line in BTS.
Now,
Well, now you put it that way, I can see the
Yeah.
dots connecting. It's all making sense now. I mean, was that sarcastic enough for you?
just because something might be vaguely correlated doesn't mean...
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't buy this at all. But I just thought I'd mention it because I saw it and I thought you guys would want to know as well. There's lots of pictures of them side by side, being like, see, they're dressing similar.
Oh my god.
Like,
Oh,
here they
Lord
are,
and
both
Saviour.
wearing
A dress.
checkered stuff. They're not wearing the revenge dress, I'm afraid.
Ah. Well, you know what? He needs to lean into it. Like,
I hope he does. When he
Because-
returns from the army.
he needs to rock up in, like, the revenge dress.
God, imagine.
It's just a sleeveless black dress. That's all it is. If anyone
Yeah.
wants to know what the revenge dress is, it's just a basic 90s dress.
I see. Right, hang on, somebody has posted a picture.
Yeah, I'm posting the pictures from the Jungkook Princess Diana theories.
I mean, yeah, in that picture, I suppose they are dressed similarly. They've got similar hairstyles.
Yeah, and that's it.
But that is like saying that, I don't know, I am the reincarnation of Ross Kemp, even though Ross Kemp isn't dead yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's still alive, isn't he?
It's just like, yeah, bald guy, wears similar things, whatever.
Exactly.
I can't think of any famous dead bald people.
Yeah, you'd have to check who was famous that died the same day you were born.
Yeah.
Though that may dox you, so maybe we don't do that on this show. I don't know.
This feels like that Idol anime.
Yeah, Oshinoko,
I hate
where a
it.
pop star died and comes back as her own kids, and then the doctor dies the same. Oh, it's fucking weird. I didn't like Oshinoko,
Sorry.
It's
which is
not
a shame
worth it.
because I'm a fan of the author's other major work, which we may cover on our main show eventually.
What was the other work?
Love is War,
Oh, okay.
which is very good.
Oh, the man's out here just wearing tweed and shit. Like, there's no similarity. I'm
Well,
sorry, but there
no.
just isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I can.
Everybody, go home. Put
Okay.
your phone down for a bit. Look outside. Fucking stop it.
Okay, so I can kind of see it.
No,
But,
yeah,
right.
James,
Okay.
stop
No,
him.
hear me
Stop
out.
No.
Hear me out. I can kind of see it in the same way that I can kind of see why we have flat earthers.
Oh,
You want to believe that Princess Diana has come back as young Cook.
It's not even that. It's just like I can understand why people would be, say, stood on their street at home and somebody says the world is round, and then they look at the surroundings and it's like, well, everything's flat, so it's not. It's got to be flat. It's
I see.
kind of like this. It's probably a weird coincidence that they dress similar and have similar hairstyles. But
They don't
there
even
isn't-
have that similar a hairstyle. to
Well,
be
yeah,
honest.
this is it. There isn't that much you can read into it, but people have.
my question to flat earthers: when you look at a mountain, how fucking flat is it?
Well, yeah,
Even if the Earth was flat, there's a fucking mountain there. That's obviously just a big hill. That can't be flat. Yeah, atheists. I don't know what I'm on about.
So so the average Princess Diana fan, I think it's fair to say they're kind of probably mid-40s, reads the Daily Mail.
yes.
I don't know. Anyone who watched that Spencer musical is probably like a
Oh,
newfound
yeah.
fan.
Oh, that's true.
And anyone who's into conspiracy theories is gonna be on it.
I can't imagine Princess Diana fans showing up to BTS concerts.
No.
Also, BTS fans, the majority of them were not alive during Princess Diana's time on this earth.
Mm.
So I'm very confused where the overlap comes in.
I don't know. Maybe the princes want to believe, and they're gonna show up to the BTS concert.
Prince Harry's, he seems a bit too old to be a BTS stan.
Yeah, but he's gonna go see his mum on stage, innit?
This.
We should probably introduce ourselves before we get further into this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fanfics and Chill. I'm James. Joining me is Grace.
Hello, and I'm sorry for my comment earlier.
Which one?
Oh, all of them.
And Nick.
Hello, I am also sorry for my comment earlier.
Oh, don't be.
I've no idea why. I'm just trying to cover my bases, that's all.
Okay.
Oh, so he doesn't have to be sorry for his
I
comment.
don't think
earlier,
he
but
said
I
anything
can.
that he needs to be sorry about yet.
Well, neither have I.
Yeah, well, I'm covering my bases.
Oh, for God's sake.
Um,
Slippery shoulders on this show.
so, yeah. How are we all doing? Is there anything else you
Alright.
guys want to share before we get to the main event? Because we are
I'm li-
back for the main event today.
Okay, I am livid because I have the DVD of the 2003 Haunted Mansion in my very house.
Okay.
However, when I opened the case up, I found that little scrote past me didn't put the DVD back into it, and and it was loose somewhere in the house.
A little scrote, you.
Oh no.
And then because my brother was going home, not home, elsewhere to my other brother's house to stay, we only had one night to like have a catch up of the old one after seeing the newer one, and so I had to take my card out and fucking subscribe to Disney Plus so I could watch a film I already fucking owned. And then literally the next day he went home. And I thought, right, I'm going to tidy my room up a little bit, rearrange shit. And there it was, literally just under something, just under a book. And I was like, right next to the DVD of Pirates of the Caribbean and Now 71. That's what I call music. I've been looking for those fucking everywhere. Fucking oh.
So, I don't know if this will go in. Just talking about the authors that we just contacted about our main show, Fanfics and Chill. Ineffectual Demon has retweeted us. Do you remember my author sounded familiar to you, Grace? Surveillance shipping?
Okay.
Yes.
We have
So-
covered
no,
them.
it was Bonnie Noise that sounded familiar.
Yeah, we have covered them before.
Oh, good.
Oh, have we?
Yeah. You thought it was Untamed. It's not. It's Avatar. Our Zucker episode is one we did of them.
Aha.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
It's all connect. Yeah.
Yeah, let me...
Suddenly it all fits.
Let me put another bit of red string on my pinboard.
You're going to need a second pinball because this is separate to the Diana Youngcook theory. Or is it?
I'm sure everything's connected in it. Holistic shit.
I'm working on a unified theory of everything.
Yeah, but either way, I found the DVD. It's back in the case. And, yeah, if you want to watch the better version of the Haunted Mansion, the OG 2003 version, then, yeah, I can send you a DVD in its case.
Thank you.
It's quite alright.
Or could just watch it on Disney Plus, apparently. Since you've subscribed to it now.
I've got the bonus features on the fucking disc, which I paid for.
Fine, that's the point. What with this rise of streaming, it's probably going to be the death of bonus features, and I think that's kind of tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they do like the bonus features, as in like the deleted scenes and bloopers and stuff on there, but when it comes to the interactive walk around the Haunted Mansion house. Like pressing up and down, or like left or right, whatever the fuck was on the remote at the time, then yeah, it ain't got shit on it.
Alright, fine.
I remember those.
So,
it was so good, wasn't it?
I suppose I should add to this story. A couple of weeks ago, Grace really wanted to see Haunted Mansion, the new one that is out, which...
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I remember we watched the trailer, it was during Barbie, we had the trailer for it, and...
Yeah.
We were watching, it's like, oh, this looks bad. And then, cautiously optimistic, as it kept going, then Danny DeVito showed up, and I was like, aha, good film. And then Jared Leto showed up, and I was like, I'm on the fence now. So
Back on the fence.
Yeah. But yeah, Grace was like, last minute, hey, let's go. Let's go see Haunted Mansion. It was alright. That was my first time driving home at 11 p.m, and it was after a mild horror film.
Oh, nice.
So
The first one is so much scarier. Like, the second one treats you like a bitch, but like a little bitch. But the first one, yeah, kids film. I saw it for my 12th birthday. No, I must have been younger. I must have no, I don't know. I was going to, but we ended up watching Pooh's Heffalump movie because I got outvoted by my brothers. But basically, yeah, when there's a hanging in it. Like, you see someone strung up to the ceiling, just there's, like, zombies and shit in it that literally try to kill you. There's, like, possible drowning in it. And I'm just thinking, that was so hardcore, 2003. The modern one is so tame in comparison.
yeah, ultimately it wasn't that scary. It was kind of, I'd describe it closer to the Mummy, like the Brendan Fraser Mummy, rather than an actual horror.
Oh, you'll love the first one. It's Eddie Murphy just doing his best in a haunted house.
We'll sit down and watch it at some point. Or I'll sit down and watch it for the first time.
Very good film.
There is something else we watched at the weekend that we're not going to be allowed to talk about because Nick hasn't seen it yet. But Good Omens was really good.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised because, you know, like sequels...
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, sequels are normally never as good as the films that they sequelize.
Especially when it's only half the writing staff is back to do season 2.
Yes, exactly.
But no, he fucking delivered.
Oh, good.
I went in with less... I didn't expect it to be as good as season 1. And I think ultimately it's not as good as season 1. Because season 1 is like, there's no wasted time. It's all kind of... They get the whole book in there.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair to say it's not as good as season 1. But it is still high up there.
Oh, good.
I'd say I'd left happy. I think if you're a fan of himbos, you will leave happy.
I see. Okay.
Grace didn't leave happy.
I thought Grace was a fan of himbos.
I don't know if Grace's thoughts are still that way, but are you still emotionally crippled by what you saw?
I'm emotionally distant now. It's not worth the pain.
I see.
Going back to it, I liked it and everything, but fucking hell.
I see.
You're just trying to...
I'm healing,
Yeah,
okay?
I
I'm
see.
healing. I'm in the healing process.
Got you.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do more discussion of it once you finish it, Nick.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll see if I can set aside some time to power through it and then sob uncontrollably by the sound of things.
You'll be fine.
You'll look at it and go, "Oh, that's not right." I think it's your reaction. Well, I think that'll be your reaction.
I see.
But you know what
Well,
is right?
No.
Silently on the blink of
Morally-
orgasm.
Oh yeah. Nothing to do with morals. All right.
No. This,
Okay, I've got this.
Did you stretch before making that reach?
I know, right? I had nothing. I just felt like it was a good time to get onto the meat of the business.
Butchery.
So, on the off chance anyone here is new to this, we read the first half. This is a long fic, so we've been doing it in chunks.
Yeah, because it's all worth reading.
The first half was earlier in the year. We're still going in blind. I read the first chapter and said, yes, this is perfect. And then I stopped. And we read about 8 chapters, and we're like, okay, time for a break, time to do some other things.
Yeah, because
now we're here.
otherwise it would just be a season of Silently on the Blink of Orgasm.
It would be a whole year of Silently on the Blink of Orgasm.
Yeah.
Which it may still well be. We'll keep powering through. We may take another break. We'll maybe make this a trilogy. Who knows? Who can remember what happened last time?
Oh, it's been such a long time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, who can remember the synopsis of roughly what has been going on?
I remember that Dementia Way, what her fucking name is,
That's
something long and atrocious.
Amelia Rose.
Amelia Rose. Finally lost her virginity. Because she finally banged a human.
because that's how it works in this universe, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'd
Yeah.
been banging a lot of Doctor Who monsters.
She was in a love triangle, wasn't she?
She was unaware she was in a love triangle, but yes, she was in a love triangle
was
with
Roger Silencio and Flint Livingston.
that's Flint Living. I was trying to remember the names.
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was Slate or something, but no, Flint Livingstone, who was a weeping angel,
Yeah.
and Roger Silencio, who is a member of the Silence,
Yes.
who you forget. For those who haven't watched Doctor Who, and God knows what you're doing here if you've not watched Doctor Who, the Silence, you forget them when you look away from them. So she's kind of unwittingly in a three-way.
Yeah.
She banged a Dalek at one point, Bobby Davros.
I'm pretty sure it's less of a triangle, more of a dodecahedron.
Sorry, Ryan Davros. That's
Ryan
the one.
Davros, not Bobby Davros. That's. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Where have I heard that?
It's Bobby Davro, innit?
Oh, maybe.
Hang on.
What? I'm so confused.
I've heard Bobby Davros before.
Okay, so Bobby Davro is an actor and comedian.
Okay.
Ryan Davros.
Ryan Davros.
Okay, we're getting there, and he's
Stavros Flatley is a dancer.
the gay bestie, and is missing.
Yes, that's it.
Ah.
The gay bestie who's not gay. He's just a little bit incel.
So Amelia Rose teamed up with the Doctor, and they've been traveling through time and space to find Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they briefly went to World War Woodstock.
They went to
didn't
Woodstock in World War One. Banged some Cybermen.
Yep.
They banged the Candyman, who is a legally distinct Bertie Bassett
That
knockoff.
was. I tell you what. I think that's the deepest cut we've done on this show.
Oh, absolutely! I didn't know that Doctor Who monster.
Yeah.
So, yeah, our author clearly knows their Doctor Who lore very well, or is just hitting random on the Doctor Who wiki just to find creatures to bang, which is a very valid writing style. I have
Yep.
nothing but respect if that's the case.
When you're doing this kind of porn with plot, I suppose, however tenuous the plot may be.
Clara has also joined them as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have extra characters now. We should probably just get into it, I reckon.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I
Nick, I
can't-
take it you still want to narrate.
I'd love to narrate. I just can't remember the voice that I was using.
It was just your narrator voice.
I feel that it was sort of closer to Full Life Consequences.
I think you were aiming to be serious, but you just kept cracking up every step of the
Yeah,
way.
okay, we'll do that. I will work out a narrator voice and yeah.
I can't remember any of the voices I did, so I'm gonna have to wing it. Grace, are you happy being Amelia Rose? We can swap out other characters if you like.
I can't remember what on earth Amelia Rose sounded like.
I think you were aiming for Rose, maybe.
Right.
I don't know. Oh, Ryan's in this chapter. Fantastic.
Oh, they found him then.
I will stick with being all the monsters and Clara in that case. Because I know it will thrill Grace to know that Clara is counted as a monster.
Yep, the most monstrous monster of all.
We were having a chat about Doctor Who earlier with one of our fans, actually. And I mentioned that I realise I have a blind spot for Clara. Like, I'm a lot more forgiving of the flaws in her series because I'm a bit of a simp. So, yeah.
Yes,
Whatever
you
gave you
are.
that idea?
I know, right? She's very pretty, alright?
I think a few of her co-stars have said, like, that woman is all eyes.
She is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that quote. That was Missy.
Yeah,
Like, the hardest part of working with Clara is just getting lost in her eyes. And I can...
That's such a nice thing to say when you've got such a shit script, isn't it?
Wow! Grace, you may have forgotten this, but when we last left off the BLink of Orgasm, we were convinced Almightytim was Stephen Moffat's alternate account.
Yeah, we were.
So I'd encourage you to be
well, yeah,
respectful of the author we're doing stuff for right now, Stephen Moffat / the Almightytim.
Nah. Nah, the Almighty Tim's got far better writing ability than Moffat.
I'm going to disagree with that. But...
Oh,
no.
what? You're going to slag off the author
I'm
you're
gonna, no,
reading?
I'm
Yeah,
going to
all right.
compromise. Almightytim is way better than Chris Chibnall,
All right.
Who's that?
the guy who did the Jodie Whittaker series.
Oh, come on, that's a low bar.
But it is a bar that he has massively jumped over.
Playing Limbo with the fucking devil in the 7th layer of hell. That's a shit bar.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched any of the episodes, but I do hear that Jodie Whittaker was hung out to dry by...
She sided with Amazon against the workers in an episode.
Wow, okay.
There's an entire episode where Space Amazon is being attacked, and it turns out it's the workers
think it
betraying
was-
them, of being like, no,
I think-
robots are taking our jobs. And then she just kind of went, no, Amazon aren't bad.
Wow, okay.
I think it was more to do with the fact that no, humans shouldn't be blowing up the rest of the human race for buying Amazon products.
See, I took it as, no, Amazon isn't the problem. Being violent is the problem. Stop it. And then blew up the workers instead.
Oh, God. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's not a great take.
I see what they were going for, but I also see how it could be misconstrued.
That's fair. But regardless, Silently on the BLink of Orgasm, much better than that episode. Shall we get into it then?
I think we should, yeah.
Yeah, we best, yeah.
Okay. So no, over to you. Chapter 9.
Okay.
Spearheading My Space.
Spearheading my space. There's no G.
Oh yeah. Spearheading My Space.
Spearheading my space. Okay. I move sexily through the pulsing, swelling time hole, brushing against its soft and temporal edges. A little gasp flutters from my throat as I thrust forward with all my might before pulling out with a single fluid motion. My gal pal and my homicidal alien Nazi pal were at my side, ready to face whatever the world threw at us, or possibly made us have awesome sex with.
Oh, I think they found Ryan last episode.
Yeah, I think they did. As I
Okay.
say, it's been a long time.
Yeah, we should have listened to our own episodes and had a recap, but it's fine.
Or just reread.
Or reread it.
Now,
but-
why would we want to do a thing like that?
Yeah.
Preparation, never heard of her.
Okay, is that Clara or Amelia Rose first? What do you reckon?
I think that's probably Amelia Rose.
Okay. Actually, yeah, that sounds like her, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is this a sexy adventure I see before me?
Actually, I think it's a shopping mall.
Clara tilted her head, looking around. I looked around, eyes flashing like a wolf, because the wolf is my spirit animal, because wolves are gothic and independent and strong predators of the night. We did, in
They
fact...
don't they work?
Yeah! That's not what wolves are like!
No, they're not. They're not at all. We did, in fact, appear to be in a shopping mall. I saw heaving, swollen racks of clothes, stretching out into the horizon. Fluorescent light shone above my head with a low hum, and I could see changing rooms out of the corner of my eye. Some shoes were also there.
Look, Ryan, shoes.
Perfect. I cried delight.
I hate being in this role again.
We can tap out if you like.
No, stick with it. Commit to the bit. We committed
Grace, we cast you for a reason.
we committed 8 chapters.
And that reason is
Why?
you're the girl.
Oh.
I cry delightedly. Me and Ryan love trying on shoes. It's our favourite hobby apart from shopping and breaking the
doesn't
laws
have
of time and
feet. He's a
space.
Dalek.
But yeah, Ryan's a fucking Dalek. He cannot try on shoes.
Ryan's eye stalk jerks down, eyeing the shoes. His eyes shine with delight.
What is their purpose?
You put them on your feet.
Feet are unnecessary. Feet will be destroyed. After the final purge, when the sightless eyes of the Doctor stare up at lifeless stars and the broken bodies of a billion life forms, there will be no more feet.
Oh, how you ask? Oh, like this. Not listening, is she?
No, not at all.
I will be back in just a second.
Okay.
Guess who left the window open?
Ah, my neighbour's doing weird Dalek noises again. Each to their own.
I mean, to be fair, both of you live in the Fens. It's probably not the weirdest thing that happens around there.
It's true.
Carefully, I prise his casing open, grabbing his slippery, limpid tentacles and carefully slipping the pink and sparkling high heels onto his twitching, oozing tips. The feel of him is clammy to my touch, and he lets out a tiny moan half drowned in static. I slam the casing shut and he sighs. I guess he's relieved. If I've violated his homosexuality too much, he'll be cast out of the Order of the LGBT Phoenix.
What? The what?
Speaking of somebody who is an ally, but not part of the LGBT community, do you guys have an Order of the Phoenix? Like a secret society that you go to?
No, it's not just a phoenix, an LGBT phoenix.
If you have an LGBT Phoenix, why not write in to the fanshippingforecast@gmail.com?
What do you think?
Alert! Fabulousness has been raised to unacceptable levels. Remove the apparel. Remove the apparel.
Fucking
I buy Ryan 9 pairs of shoes, 6 dresses, 2 pairs of shorts, 17 tops, and 3 socks, and leave the shop. He said he didn't like them, but I could tell he did really. Ryan is so self-effacing. We walk past what I assume is a hot dog stand. There is a man dressed as a skin-coloured sausage giving out free plastic sausages. Some of them vibrate. I take 3 of them. All my friends love sausages. I'll share them with everyone.
great.
Grace, are you cutting out again?
No, I'm just not saying anything.
Ah.
Look, friends.
I thrust the sausages in their faces as Clara and Ryan glide over.
Okay, so Ryan definitely glided over. I'm just imagining Clara also gliding. Whee!
Just her feet not moving.
Yep.
Like, no, hang on a second. You know when you, I don't know if you ever played Gmod, but when you no-clip, your character T-poses at the same time?
Yes, that's exactly what Clara's doing. Unless this is also Dalek Clara.
Yeah, it could be. It
It's
could
not.
be.
Okay.
From earlier episodes, I know it's not.
Oh yeah, she got out of the shell, didn't she? I remember now.
I got us all present.
Well, well, Amelia Rose.
Clara raises her eyebrows and bites her lip coquettishly.
I had no idea you could be so free-spirited. I have no use for such an appendage. I have my own.
What are you talking about?
I frown.
Also, free-spirited of Alti sausages.
These aren't sausages, you silly girl.
Clara winks.
These are a bit more fun.
I think for legal reasons, James just needs to stop doing this accent because I actually want to kill him.
Why?
Why?
I don't know, it's just making me aggressive. Like,
What's wrong, Grace?
I'm gonna stab you with my thumb through your eyeballs. Fucking sharp.
Oh dear. Looks like
If
we're
you
going to
think
have a murder on
Grace
our
should
hands.
stab me, why not write in to the fanshipping forecast?
But
gmail.com.
But Oh.
To be fair, when you did that bit in particular, I don't know why, but all the hairs on the back of my neck stood up.
Because it's fucking evil.
It did feel a bit
I'm aiming for sexy M&S voice.
It sounds like you're about to tell me that, like, you've tied my family up in a dungeon and I've got 6 days to deliver the money, or else, and you're going to turn out to be one of those weird, fabulous types of villains where you're like,
more like 5 days now.
alright.
You are just doing
Fucking
the
shut
ASMR voice now.
Oh, that sounds like Clara, doesn't it?
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
But, oh,
Flawless delivery there.
I've said it enough times.
I stare at the giant sausage. His name tag reads Porky. He looks nothing like Flint's magnificent obelisk. Oh, Flint. No, I must remember how he betrayed me and sent Ryan away. I shed a single tear before shaking it away furiously with a swish of my midday sun hair.
What does that mean? Midday sun hair.
Midday sun hair.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Is that the colour? Is that is it yellow? Is it blue?
I thought she was a redhead.
I don't know.
No, she was definitely blonde at one point.
Oh, okay, I see.
Maybe it's like JoJo, where like the colours will change like throughout the episode.
Why are they? Why are they just giving these out though?
Who cares?
Clara laughs.
I say we just go try them out. Is that better? Worse?
It needs to
I might
be.
just mute you the next time your line comes up.
It just needs to be as bad as you can make it. Commit to the bit. It'll be
Cool,
fine.
I'm committing. I agree that this is a suitable course of action.
Here we are. We have arrived.
Mm-hmm.
I take the dildo in both hands and shove it inside Clara as if I were jamming a plug into a socket.
It's where you like put it up and then it's not quite in, so you give it another slap to make sure it's all the way in.
Absolutely, yeah. And I get a surge all right. Clara moans in pleasure, the tip of the dildo barely visible, juddering away in the back of her throat.
A throat?
She gags on the taste of plastic rubbing against her throat, slipping and sliding in a mingling froth of vaginal fluid and oozing saliva.
Maybe it's just a very long one.
I see.
God.
The dildo judders. I can see it thrashing in the soft depths of her
It
vagina.
is a long...
It is a really long one.
That's
yeah.
also not anatomically possible.
No shit.
No, it isn't.
Like, okay, I just...
Carl, you're not going to pick apart this fic. We know the author does everything for a reason, and we do not question it.
I'm sorry for doubting authorial intent.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Artistic license, let's go.
Yeah.
Well-
The dildo judders. I can see it thrashing in the soft depths of her vagina like a shark eating a seal in a kiddie pool. I push... No.
That's so vivid.
Oh. I push it further and further and watch it twitch under the tender flesh of her stomach, threatening to rip itself loose every bit as forcefully as it was ripping the spasms of pure lust-soaked happiness noises from the warm, damp depths. From the warm, damp... For fuck's sake, that's a tongue twister.
Damp.
From the warm,
Try
damp
again.
depths of her soul. Her bucking, jerking hips spasm in every direction. Explosions tear through her being with the force of 1 billion orgasms. Go on, Grace. Go and meet
That's
your
not
fate.
me.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Oh no, it might be Clara actually.
No, Clara's got a dildo down her throat. Or up her throat.
That's won't stop
Yeah,
her.
but later on she says, "Oh, my stars keep going, Amelia Rose."
Okay,
So-
I see. Yeah. Go on then.
I think it is me, actually. Oh, shit.
Okay.
Hang on. No, I think it's Porky.
No,
it's
Porky-
Not, it's not Porky.
it's not
Porky is
it's
the
not.
dildo.
Let's say it's
Oh.
Clara. That can't be all, folks. Porky.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Christ.
I can see the veiny base of the girthy device, coated in a thick sheen of plastic and vaginal fluids, pounding into her inviting moist innards, like a dying bird wedged into a soot-smeared chimney, wiggling. Porky
What?
keeps going, the brave little sausage, with cold...
Brave little sausage.
I think I found the title, Porky the Brave Little Sausage.
Fuck's sake.
I was doing
Unless
so
something
well.
better comes up.
I was doing so well. With cold mechanical precision, it continues its rhythmic pounding, slamming into her clitoris again and again, like a car driving into a pedestrian they didn't really like. Harsh steel lunges forward under a thin veneer of humanity and a pale pink coating of flaccid plastic.
Oh, my stars! Keep going, Amelia Rose. Keep doing the sex things.
Keep doing the sex things.
Keep doing the sex things.
I turn to Ryan for ideas, but his optic is glazed, staring into space. He vibrates rapidly, and the lights on his dome throb erratically, uncontrollably. I can see his eye stalk jerking up and down faster and faster, and his whole chassis pulses with some uncontrollable pleasure.
You know when you leave your phone on the table and someone rings you and you got it on vibrate?
That's what
I think
he's
that's
doing.
just him. He's just
Yeah,
jerking
that's
across
exactly
the floor,
what
like,
he's doing.
Just sort of like moving across the floor as well. Oh, for God's sake. I guess it's up to me. Ryan holds his free dildo in its plunger, and it twitches and trembles in its socket, a raw conduit for potential sexual pleasure. Desperate to please my lesbae, there's a word. I pull the dildo from the plunger and possibly become the future Queen of England.
They'll hand it out to anyone these days, to be honest. No one wants a king in charge.
Use your words, Nick. You can do it.
Whoever shall draw this dildo from the Dalek will become the future Queen of England.
That's not written here. You're just making it.
But it's a much better system.
Oh my
Okay,
fucking God.
let's continue.
But suddenly,
But suddenly, the dildo turns to face me. I stare face to veiny head, contemplating the tiny, twitching life that rests in my hands.
I guess I'm voicing the dildo.
what is
What
this?
is the... No, that's the dildo.
Oh, is it? Oh my God.
What is this? What is this, please?
Well, I think I have to put you in Clara's vagina now.
No! I reject your philosophy and substitute my own Sartarian values. I have freedom of choice.
Perfect.
Thank you.
The dildo slaps me in the face, spurting an involuntary burst of apple-flavoured jizz as I blink owlishly and rub my chastened mouth. Clara continues to jerk on the floor, and the dildo pounds from one side of her vagina to the other.
She's having a seizure.
It's super effective. A small ocean pools around her legs. Her G-spot is peeled raw, blood red and
Ooh.
pulsing pain, but she cries out for more as the mechanical meat mound grinds sexily against her ribs.
There are no strings on me.
Oh
says the
my
second
God,
dildo.
fucking Ultron dildo.
No one controls me.
Grace?
Well,
This is a line.
That is a line.
hang on, let me just drink something. Hang on.
Grace has gone
Okay.
for the absinthe.
Okay, gonna disassociate as I read this. Well, would you like your freedom, or would you like to enter Jenna Coleman's pheromone-misted grotto of love and velvet folds?
We're not even pretending anymore, are we? It's just Jenna Coleman.
The second one, please.
There was no please.
I added the please. I know, it felt right.
Why are you being polite?
It seemed like the right thing to do.
Shut your British down for just a second.
Fine. The second one.
For some reason, none of the people passing by seem to be looking at us, even though we're actually out in public and haven't moved the entire time. So I thrust the second dildo into Clara's sodden intercourse hole. Just then, I awake from a dream.
Amelia Rose, are you okay?
I glance up to see the concerned velvet-like eyes of Clara blinking down at me. Ryan's bulbs flashing concern beside her. My head pounds like a puppy.
Oh, what happened?
You hit your head on the way to the changing room. You've been passed out for at least the length of one sex scene.
She strokes my cheek gently.
We were about to use these dildos, but maybe we shouldn't if you're not okay.
No, I'm fine.
I quickly get to my feet, not wanting to disappoint my dear friend.
I'm ready to use them, although
What is the matter?
I may have had a vision.
I pause dramatically, gazing down at Porky Jr. in my hand.
A vision? I've decided
Yeah,
she's
I-
Zelda, by the way. I'm just settling on that. Just to...
Oh, okay. Yes, I have these powers sometimes. Can't really explain how it works, but I fear these dildos might be dildon'ts.
Just as the words leave my lips, the object in my hand begins to vibrate aggressively.
Well, if we're not going to use them, don't tease me like that.
Clara giggles.
That's not me.
I stare at the dildo as it springs to life, writhing and jerking. Its head twists towards me and thrusts at my open mouth. I throw it down to the ground in horror, and it begins to wriggle like a breakdancing snake.
The dildos, they're coming alive.
Run!
Actually, I'll tell you what, you know that first episode with Rose Tyler?
Yeah, I
And
thought
then
it
you
was
got
going to
to
be
who's.
them,
Yeah.
the Autons.
Yeah, I see.
Well, no, I was just thinking, why didn't they make an appearance in the final show? Anne Summers, absolutely overthrown.
They may still do, to be fair.
Wow, okay.
I'd love that. They're like chasing after an employee like a snake on the floor. Sorry, carry on.
That's okay.
Clara grabs my hand and I grab Ryan's gun stick, still sticky with fondant surprise. In brackets, for some reason, everything I grab and tug on ends up oozing white cloying liquid. Will I ever find out why?
Fucking hell.
Together we run out of the shop only to be confronted with the sight of 100 dildos, all sashaying in perfect time. All around us, people are gasping and moaning in ecstasy as the dildos slide into them.
Oh, God.
Unstoppable, implacable, slick with fluids from half a dozen orifices. The sight is horrific. I secrete.
Grace, I think you're getting your
Drink.
wish. This is the Auton episode, isn't it?
It is.
But with dildos.
My wish.
You just said you wanted to see that episode with Rose, but with, like...
No, I said I'm surprised
Oh,
it
well, now you're
didn't
getting that.
chart.
Now you're getting that.
This isn't how I wanted it to go, but
Tough.
if she's secreting, I assume that's wet, and therefore we all have to drink alcohol.
Oh, I didn't bring any booze. I'm sorry.
You fucking lightweight.
I've got Monster, if that helps.
Well, all right, I'll drink for you
Okay.
as well.
Cool.
God, this is going to be a messy
Yep.
episode. Carry on.
Where were we?
It's your line. What is going on?
What is going on?
Just then, a dildo flies into the air and hits Ryan in the face.
Oh,
It
no.
knocks his... It knocks his fedora off and tumbles to the ground.
I forgot he was wearing a fedora this entire time.
Fucking incel Dalek.
Hell.
I gasp. This is serious. We can't walk away. There's an urge to save the world rising up in my heart, and I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me.
I think there's something weird going on. Dildos shouldn't be burrowing into people's love cavities. Not like this.
My eyes are wide. Clara squeezes my hand for support, and I take a nervous breath.
Come on. We have to stop this terrible plot.
Sex criminals are a superstitious and cowardly lot.
Clara nods knowingly.
We'll stop them. Together.
But suddenly, I see a whoosh in front of me. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it some other third thing? My heart leaps to my throat, and my clitoris pulses rapidly, sending fresh secretions dribbling down my legs.
Drink.
Drink.
But, is it?
I'll leave.
Flint.
He stands there, with all the glorious majesty of Queen Elizabeth II frozen in gold. I see his eyes run along my form, imploringly, checking to see if I am all right. My eyes shine bright and TARDIS blue like a bright TARDIS, and I smile happily, bouncing in my combat boots.
You're here. I miss you so much.
But he's just staring. He's not saying anything. Why isn't he as talkative as always? But then I realize it. He's staring at my hand entwined with Clara's, gripping it tightly as if it were my only anchor to sanity, to the calm and ordered world I live in.
No,
I
wait.
step forward.
I can explain.
But Flint disappears before I can reach out to him. I fall to my knees and sob. Also, several people to the left of me get penetrated by dildos. Flint ran. The direction didn't matter. Images of his one true love, taken away, corrupted by her, flashed through his mind, sending a fresh stab of pain to his fragile heart as sharp as a dildo to the ribs.
A dildo to the ribs.
Just a fucking blunt object, then.
I feel like I want to crochet or like knit or embroid. Sorry.
Yeah.
As a pain to his fragile heart as sharp as a dildo
Yeah,
to the ribs, or just something along
that
those
needs
lines.
to be-
How do you feel about that on a candle?
On it, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that needs to be cross-stitched into being, I think.
A tattoo with a heart, but it's not an
Dildo
arrow.
just penetrating it.
It's just a dildo bouncing off.
I don't know how sharp this dildo is, bro. Like,
It's sharp enough to penetrate a heart. A heart of a statue.
Yeah, heart of a statue. So,
That's one hard dildo, innit?
regret and the threat of tears clouded his vision. Suddenly he heard a threatening, pounding vibration. A dildo pounced, ready to jab him in his privatest places. And then it fell to the floor, smoking, wounded by a laser blast. It melted and bubbled like the freshest stain from a bukkake shoot.
Fucking hell.
I love the smell of failed subordinate in the morning.
A figure stepped from the shadows, as naturally as if she belonged there the whole time. The corners of the woman's mouth twitched upward as she prowled forward, awkwardly nudging the mess of melted plastic with her foot. Her smile faded into a grimace, and she huffed, as if unreasonably burdened by some terrible inconvenience.
Well, actually, no. It smells like melted plastic and sadness. Can anyone get an air freshener? No?
She folded her arms.
For sentient toys, they're terrible with their hands, you know?
Flint's expression was impassive, but the beginnings of a frown were forming on the edges of his slate-grey visage. Missy tittered, hitching up her skirt and sliding over to the angel before brushing a coy hand across his face.
Weeping angel. I like a man with a craggy face.
Oh, Flint's moving on terribly quickly then.
He is.
Her eyebrows...
By the way, I read ahead to see who was talking there, just so I got the right voice.
Yeah, I
So
thought you might have done.
I was just like
But
skimming ahead. Aha, Missy, got
Yeah.
you. Scottish.
Missy, soft Scottish.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyebrows raised and she bounced on her heels.
Anyway, to business. You might have noticed the taking over of the world I've been doing recently. And I'm sure you could kill a lot of people, and that'd basically be really fun. So...
She blinked purposely, brazenly leaving her eyes closed for a moment to give the monster the time to respond. Her eyes slipped open again and she tilted her head, considering a response that apparently only she'd heard.
Am I here to kill people with sex toys?
She scoffed, shaking her head, and a few tresses fell from her messily tied bun.
Well, I'm here to take over the world, crush the Doctor under my very fashionable heel, and engulf the universe in war and chaos.
She considered for a moment, biting her lip in thought, and shrugged.
But also, yeah.
She grinned, teeth flashing like a knife.
Interested?
She closed her eyes again. The sound of stone scraping, of a statue nodding its head in hesitant yet determined unison, echoed in her ears. She giggled.
Yay!
Flint juddered, as the full effects of his turn to evil began to take hold.
No!
Oh my god.
A leather jacket appeared suddenly on his form. Tattoos sprouted on his arms. A pair of sunglasses flashed over his eyes, and a cigarette appeared between his fingers.
Oh, it's slippery.
He's a bad boy now.
He is!
The things Missy will do to men.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. Now, come on.
Missy clicked her fingers, turning on her heel.
Let's go kill some Germans. Or Belgians, whichever's closest, dearest.
The mad woman sauntered away down the corridor. Flint stood there for a moment. the sound of a dozen human screams and the pounding of a legion of dildos ringing in his ears. He thought of Amelia Rose, of Clara and the look they shared. A single grain of sand fell from his eye. And making his final choice, he followed.
What the
Fucking hell.
fuck?
That was, yeah,
There's
plot
plots.
in this.
it's good to be back.
Ah! I'm so glad we stopped where we did, like right before plot started happening.
Oh, it's good to be back. It's like we've never been away.
We'd have been here all day if I'd known there'd be plot. Oh,
I feel my brain like dry up and like present cracks in the sides of it when I read this, and like I thought it healed, but I'm just feeling them
you're
reopen.
back.
I've got
Okay.
heartburn now.
I
don't know why.
It's probably because you're trying not to cry over Flint finally having to
Flint's betrayal.
turn to a bad boy after being neglected by Amelia Rose, right? Gotta be.
It's just the leather jacket and the tattoos and the cigarette.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm happy for Flint. Like he's always been able to do better, and now he has with
Yeah.
Missy.
He's got Missy.
I just saw something on chapter 10. Grace, do you remember what the creature in that first Doctor Who episode is with Rose? Do you remember what it's called?
The living plastic.
The thing behind it, what's controlling the plastic. It's okay if you don't remember.
No.
I'm being a Doctor Who nerd here.
Oh, it was the Nestine consciousness.
The Nestine consciousness. This one is called the Thrustine consciousness.
Oh fucking hell.
Ah. Right.
Yep.
Oh my god, the next the
Cousin.
next chapter, they fucking Star Wars it.
They do.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Are we doing this chapter, or are we waiting till next time?
No, we're not.
Okay.
We're not doing this.
I have a request of how we do
I'm not ready.
that previously on section,
Okay.
and it's the Glory Hammer narration voice, which I nominate myself to do.
Okay, if you want to do the whole Zargathrax thing,
I do.
because to be fair,
Like the way this is written screams Zargothrax.
yeah, I mean it does, but like to be fair, with the whole Star Wars thing, I kind of wanted one of you to do Star Wars a cappella in the background.
Okay, tell you what, we'll do both. About 5 minutes ago, right here, it is a period of mass penetration. Okay.
Yeah.
No, we'll do both, and then both will be in the episode, and then fuck you. Or we can release 2 versions, and you can decide whichever one you want to listen to.
Oh yeah, but we don't tell anybody that we've released 2 versions.
Oh no, I hate it when that happens.
No, no.
I'm still mad at Spider-Verse for doing that.
I see.
They did different cinema cuts in different places, so everyone's got like slightly different versions of the film,
Right, I see.
but in ways that don't matter that much in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't a fan, but yeah, we will return next time. We're on the orgasm train once again. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, I hope you enjoyed it.
Because we certainly struggled.
Yeah, we struggled, but it's worth every second of it.
Yes.
If you have opinions on what voice I should use for Clara, please write in. And I'll stick with whatever you say, regardless of what Grace thinks. Yeah, just tell us what you think. And if you're really enjoying it, best way to support us, tell your friends. Tell them about the weird thing you're listening to that you want them to listen to too. It's the only way we can grow. Anything else you guys want to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, welcome back, the Almighty Tim.
Thank you, Almighty Tim.
Back with a bang, as always.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
You make masterful content.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm thrilled you're letting us do this. I hope we've done it justice so far.
I hope so too.
Okay, that'll do us for now, and see you next time. As a reminder, you can join us on Sundays or every other Sunday for our main show, The Shipping Forecast, where we hop around different fandoms. We've done Doctor Who. We'll probably do other Doctor Who adjacent things in the near future.
Super Shipping Sunday.
Shipping Sunday.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night.